Hello. Who is Galaxy A20? Hi, can whoever is using a Galaxy A20 unmute themselves so I can rename you for the recording, please? Also, I have attached the agenda into the Zoom group chat for everyone to reference if they would like.
You said you need me to rename myself, Mary?
Yes, you're showing up as a phone. So it says Galaxy A20, but can I have your first and last name, please?
This is Albert with Silver Circle. Albert
Al.
Bryant with Silver Circle.
Thank you so much. Therese, I'm going to make you co-host so you can let people into the waiting room while I rename them. Median. Okay. So I'm going to give people a few more minutes to join. And just to let y'all know, this is being recorded and we will upload this to our website as well. Looks like we have a few more people joining. Hi, Miss Hay.
Hey.
Hi, Miss Bess. I don't recognize your name. Which company are you representing?
Mayberry Homes.
Oh, okay. Thank you. It's nice to meet you.
Hi, yes, we met you at the presentation, the builder presentation pre-COVID.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't believe we've been in COVID for 7 months.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It took our whole summer and part of our spring, and now our fall.
I know. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Doris as co-host, if other people join, please let them in the meeting. So good afternoon, everyone, and happy Friday. I'm gonna go over the agenda real quick. I also provided it in the chat if you would like to reference it. I also sent it in an email, but I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up and share my screen real quick. For those who just joined, this meeting is being recorded. It will be posted on our website for reference. So just wanted to let y'all know. Okay, let me pull this up. Can y'all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. So the first thing we're going to go over is staff introductions, then builder introductions, and then we're going to go through a system walkthrough. I'm going to show you how you're going to set up your account, what it's going to be like whenever you receive a service, and updating a service, and then completing the service. And then the service will either be accepted or denied. And if it is denied, updates can be made until the service is accepted. Then we will have a question and answers period, and Doris is going to take note of those while I answer them and continue presenting, and then we'll have any closing comments, and that will end the meeting. It is going to be a high level yet detailed presentation, so I'm hoping to answer most of your questions throughout the A and E portion, which is listed here in the agenda. And we'll go ahead and get started with staff introductions. Most of y'all know me. My name is Mary. I'm the inventory manager and office administrator. I'm the one that sends y'all all the notifications to send me your worksheets so we can see where builders are at. And Doris has joined us also. I'm gonna hand it over to Doris.
Hi everyone, happy Friday again. This is Doris Harris. I'm pretty sure I've met all of you guys. Vice President, Legal Counsel, and Program Director. All of the compliance reporting for my program. So thank you very much for attending. And Mary has she's developed a more streamlined approach to the actual builder worksheet. So I'm excited for you guys to get started.
Thank you, Doris. I appreciate it. So let's go with builder introductions. I'm going to just go with who I see on my screen first. Miss Allison Hay.
Hi, I'm Allison Hay. I'm the Executive Director for Houston Habitat for Humanity.
Thank you. And Miss Danielle Bess?
Hi, I'm Danielle Bess. I am the sales consultant for Mayberry Homes.
Thank you. And Stacy?
Hi, I'm Stacy, Operations Manager for Mayberry Homes.
Thank you. And Laura?
Hi, I'm Laura Serrato, and I work with Urban Meridian Group.
Thank you. And Mr. Benny Rodriguez?
Benny Rodriguez, Houston area urban CDC. Good afternoon, everybody.
Thank you. And Mr. Albert Bryant?
Hi, I'm Albert Bryant, owner and president of Silver Circle Homes LLC.
Thank you. And Ms. Vargas?
Kevin Vargas with Houston Habitat for Humanity.
Thank you. Okay, and I believe that's everyone. So I'll go ahead and show y'all the system. I'm going to start with how to set up your account. Can y'all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So I created this account in a test pilot of our property management system. So the account name is going to be your email address. And for this one, for these purposes, I created one called testforbuilderform@gmail.com. So whenever I create your organization and you as a person in your organization in this database, this is going to be your account name, but this will be your full name. And whenever I create this, I'm going to go to actions and I'm going to click create account, and I will set you up as a service provider. That means you have the rights of a service coordinator and a service provider. Think of the provider as the organization and the coordinator as the person who is completing your worksheets. So whenever I send this email, you will get an email that looks like this. And it says, it won't say Sandbox, but it says ePP notifications eProperty Plus. You'll need to verify your email address by clicking this link. And most importantly, you will be given a temporary password that you need to reset within a few hours, if not that week. It will run out, so it is very important that you do not rely on that temporary password. So next, whenever I send you a service, this is what you're going to see. And if you'd like to reset your password, you're going to go to My Account, and you're going to type in the current temporary password and then your new password, and then you're going to update your account. So whenever you go to your home, this is the first thing you're going to see. And what you're going to want to look for is your work queue. That means I have sent you a service. Now, one service can be for all of the properties that you're maintaining. So please don't worry that you're going to get a ton of emails for each property. It's all contained in one service. So I'm going to click on this test that I made for y'all. And the workflow comments is something that I really would like y'all to update, and I'll show y'all how to do that in a minute. But the description is something that is static, and that is something that I will put in there as a reminder for y'all to please update this on the first of every business day, on the first business day of every month. So whenever you go to workflow actions, your first cue is to update the permit information. % complete is going to be 0. And then you just type in, I am the builder and I am going through the permitting process. And it's very important that you click this checkbox so these become fillable. So your permitting number, let's say it's 123, and you got it on the 7th of October. Now, please remember to click save, because if you don't, you can't submit it. So you click save, and it'll tell you that this was performed successfully, and you'll submit it. And now whenever you see any updates, it's going to be right here. So now you see the contract number and you see that it says 0% complete. and I can see the workflow comments. It says I'm the builder and I'm going through permitting. So the next one is going to be reporting your construction start. For that, let's say you're at 10%. And if you have an expected home buyer closing date, that's great. If you don't, you can note that in your workflow comments. Remember to check the box. Let's say your construction start date is the 14th, and you're going to end at the end of December. You can say if your construction letter is in progress or not. See, click save. And submit. So notice that whenever I did that, it allowed me to submit it without having an expected home buyer closing date, because we know that that can take a while to come to that point in the process. So I didn't want the system to not allow you to not submit any progress without having everything filled out, because you may not have that at that point in time. So now we're going to report construction complete. Now, if there are stages in between the start and the complete, the best place to put that would be here in the notes column. So remember, the notes column in your worksheet is way over to the right side. Well, now it's just going to be right here, and you can add a note, and you can do it to a specific property, or you can do it to all properties. So I'm just going to write the word note for an example. There are different type of notes you can make. So we're just going to make a comment and click save. Okay, and now it's applied to everything. There is an option for a checklist, but we're going to disregard that because we don't need a checklist for this process. So let's go to reporting the construction as complete. For me, that's going to be 90%, because 100% to me means you've sold it to a buyer. So expected home buyer closing date would be, let's just say it's going to be January 20th. Make a note. Remember to click the checkbox, and see how it's awesome because it just pre-fills it for you. So you can change the dates if you need to, and you can also click that the letter is in progress as well. Click submit. Now we're going to report that there's a sale to a home buyer. And that means that this process is 100% complete. So then we're going to go and click this checkbox. Now notice this says certification letter received rather than in progress, because by now it should be received 20 days before closing. So we're going to say, yes, we received it. We're going to type in that the new address is 1234 Mary. And then the builder buyer's name. And then your close date. Let's say it happened 7 days after we expected it to happen. So the sale price, $100,000, click save and submit. So now the status is sale to home buyer complete. And this is your service number to reference if you ever have any questions about a particular service. This is a great way to reference it. Once you have your certification letter, please attach it. You can either attach it to a certain property, which in this case you would, or you can attach something to all the properties. You can title it certification letter, you can, the attachment type, contract deed, and there's all different kinds of contract types. And then you just find it wherever it is on your computer, and then it'll upload it. So we can do a little test, and I'll upload the agenda. There you go. And whenever I click on this, it'll download it and open it for me. Okay, so let me check the agenda. Let's see. So on my end, if I take this service and I do not accept it, then that would be where on my end, I will have actions and I can either accept it or not. And you will get an emailed notification saying I did not accept it and that you need to go ahead and update something at the end of the process. Once something is submitted, like you've reported a sale to a home buyer or construction complete, you cannot undo that action. So once I'm at this point, I can't go back and correct anything that I've already submitted because it's been submitted to the system. However, you can make a note and you can email me and say, you know, something has changed or something needs to be updated, and I can go in and change it. Let's see. I believe that's everything. So we can go to our question and answers period now. Did anyone have any questions?
So are you going to preload our our lots already into the program, or do we load them?
Do you mean if y'all are in the middle of something right now, will I go ahead and do that? And so you can just start where you've ended?
So I thought this was replacing our worksheet that we turn in at the first of the month.
Yes.
And so we already have things on there. We already have lots on there.
That's a good question. I think me and Doris should talk about that afterwards.
Okay.
This was more just, you know, showing y'all this is what you'll be using. But as far as taking what y'all have already given me on your worksheets up to this point, you know, that's a good point. To just go ahead and have y'all start where y'all have left off. However, thinking about that out loud, I do want y'all to learn how to use the system in its full capacity, but I also don't want y'all to get frustrated or have a lot of hiccups because you're having to basically start all over. So I'll try to find a happy medium between that because I really want y'all to grow to love this system. I mean, I loved creating it. I built this workflow from scratch and it's a lot of fun, but I also know y'all are very busy. Y'all have a lot that y'all are doing and I don't want to make things more difficult.
So my input, considering sometimes you don't get everybody to return on the first of the month, to get all of us to be more compliant and not make November just awful, you just may want to consider that.
Yeah, definitely.
We will. We'll put the lots in there because some people have multiple lots. So we'll make sure that when you get the request, it will have all of your current lots in it.
Yeah, and then we can double check each other so that we can make sure that we got it all right.
Okay.
I think we'll have plenty of time to play with it. I know you like us to love it, but I think we'll have plenty of time to love it.
Yeah, so I wanted to give y'all this forum early in October so y'all can have 2 weeks to play with it. And then the next 2 weeks would be y'all gathering the information to update the system. So y'all would have 4 full weeks to ask me any questions, call me, email me, whatever. I am your right-hand man whenever it comes to figuring this out. Thank you for your question. Are there any other questions?
Question. Are we looking into transitioning into the online worksheet by November the 1st? Or should we wait until you're able to get back with us as to how the lots are going to be added?
So great question. Thank you. I think with to Doris's point, I'm going to add the lots to the service and get them up to speed as to where you are in the worksheet process. And then y'all can take it from there on November 1st.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay. Thank you. Are there any other questions?
Actually, I'm sorry, I had another question. Whatever we submit over to you all in terms of the online worksheet, are we able to download or receive a copy of what we've actually rendered over to you all on a monthly basis?
You will have full access to the system, and let me see, there should be a print option as well if you wanted to print anything out. So you can print service details if you would like. So this is the information
Okay,
you've rendered.
right. Yeah, that way we can just see what is it that we submitted, and just in case we need to see what changed from November to December, then we're able to do so at that time.
Right. Thank you so much. Anyone else?
I have a quick question. I noticed when you do the workflow and the presentation, it went from permitting, construction, then to sale. Now, construction sometimes takes obviously longer because of all the steps. Is there a way when we press that workflow to update it, the percentage, will it still be on construction, or will move right away to like the sale process? Or there's something we can update it without touching that workflow button?
Right. So you'll touch the workflow button whenever it's starting or complete, and anything in between would be in the notes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else?
I think that's gonna be it on my part.
Alrighty. All right. If there aren't any more questions or comments, I guess we can go ahead and close the meeting, and we will post this video online along with the question and answers. And please, please, please remember, you can always reach out within the next 4 weeks to call me or email me. I am your resource for this.
I have a quick question. When do we expect to receive the portal? I guess when do we start using this portal per se?
Whenever you would receive the activation email?
Yes.
I expect it to be, our timeline would be next week.
Okay.
That
So
way
we should
y'all
receive it.
can go ahead and
Start
have as
working.
much time as possible.
Okay. That's the only question I had. Thank you.
Oh, okay, awesome. And the emails that I'm going to set up, I was going to use the emails that I've already been sending the worksheets to. So if anything is different, or if it's supposed to go to anyone else, please let me know, and please send me an email, and please mark it as of high importance. Okay. Oh, and it can only go to one email. I can't give two people, I can't give one person two primary emails.
Okay.
Alrighty. Any more questions? Okay.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you.
Absolutely. All right, so I guess we can go ahead and close out the meeting. Thank you so much for everyone's attendance. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for all of your questions. And if y'all need anything, I'm here, so please don't hesitate to reach out.
Not a problem. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mary.
Y'all have a
Thank you
wonderful
guys
day.
for attending.
Absolutely.